honorable dignitaries, fellow members of the IEEE fraternity, and all of you present here today, a very good evening to one and all. Welcome to the 33rd webinar of our weekly webinar series organized by IEEE Malabar Subsection in association with IEEE Malabar Hub. When you join this webinar, the fundamental questions that run in your mind right now must be, what is IEEE? Why IEEE? How has IEEE spread over the globe? What benefits will you as a student enjoy by joining IEEE? And to answer these questions and open your eyes to the amazing world of opportunities, we have with us a very honorable and distinguished speaker. It is an absolute privilege for me to introduce Mr. Nandan S, Assistant Professor in the Department of Electronics and Communications Engineering of LBS Institute of Technology for Women, Thiruvananthapuram, and the Chairman of Student Activities Committee of IEEE Kerala section. With many brilliant accolades to his name, including the recipient of 2020 Artin Outstanding Young Professional Volunteer Award in Academics and 2017 Outstanding Volunteer Award of IEEE Kerala section, and more than 25 publications in international and national journals to his name. Nandan Sir has led IEEE at the forefront in transforming and inspiring lives. It is my honor to welcome and invite Professor Nandan S to head today's session.
Thank you, Deena. Good evening, all. I'm so happy to be part of the weekly webinar series of Malabar Subsection, and very eager to meet the vibrant student members. So I understand we have people from Malabar Subsection as well as from across Kerala. So within this short span of time, probably in 1 hour of time, I will try to convey the possible benefits that as a student member, how you can volunteer as part of this organization, or being a student member, what are the opportunities that you get, or being a student member, what are the how you can explore into the world of IEEE and make use of the membership. So I will try to cover in between also. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Probably between the session as well, or towards the end, no problem with me. You can ask any time. So let me share my screen. So I hope it's visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So once again, thanks for this opportunity. I will try to convey the student member benefits. As a student member, what are benefits you get from IEEE, or how you have to perform in IEEE to make use of, or to get the maximum benefits out of it, right? So, I hope you know what IEEE is. So just give me a maximum 2-3 minutes to explain what IEEE is. Why? Because I understand that probably some of the non-IEEE members may be there in this session. So IEEE, as you know, is the world's largest technical professional organization, right? So it is it's like its motto is advancing technology for humanity. So as a student member, you can make use of this IEEE membership to build your career, as well as it's not just for your own career, but at the same time you can use this membership for the benefit of society, or you can use the opportunities provided by you by IEEE for your self growth towards career or towards your area of interest. At the same time, whatever you learn, you will get an opportunity to give back to society. That's the main motto of IEEE, advancing technology for humanity. So normally what we see in student members is like they used to have some, they used to attend a lot of, they used to get involved in a lot of technical activities. They try to learn a lot, they try to volunteer, but at the same time I request you to give equal preference to use whatever expertise. Maybe it is a very small one, but whatever expertise you have, use it for the benefit of or the betterment of humanity. So that actually helps you a lot for your self growth as well. All right, in this organization you can meet, or you can see, or we have the presence of engineers, scientists or any professionals, allied professionals whose technical interests are, are there in electrical or electronics or computer science or I should say in almost all disciplines of engineering. So you can see people in IEEE from all fields of engineering, basically, right? So most of you, I understand that. I would like to interact with student members here. Probably professional members may also be here, but today I will be focusing more on the student members. I'm so happy to address your questions as well. All right, so in IEEE we call you people as student engineers, not just as student members. We call you people as student engineers, right? So why? Because you are something like a half-baked engineer. So probably it's not like just a member or a student member. We call you as student engineers, where you are getting involved in a lot of technology or technical related activities. All right. So we can see student engineers in IEEE. We can see members who are young professionals, right? Young professional in the sense after your graduation. You will be in the young professional category. Then probably if you qualify, if you have say 8 to 10 years of experience, you can be elevated as senior members. Then we have live senior members, we have fellows. So we have the presence of quite a wide variety of members in IEEE. And the beautiful thing is that the reach or the professional network that a student member probably he will be able to interact with professionals, or probably in all sectors, in all categories of members you will be able to interact with, and you can probably get involved in activities along with these members. So this is such a very large organization. So I hope IEEE has more than 4 lakh members every year. IEEE membership being its 1 year, more than 3 lakh plus are professionals. So, and 1 lakh plus are normally 1 lakh plus are student members, right? So, it's like, these student members, even though in Kerala or probably in India or probably in region 10, we have more number of student members, but still you consider the whole IEEE, we have more number of professional members. So being a student engineer or being a student, you are getting an opportunity to get interact with these many number of professionals globally. Being a student member, you are getting an opportunity to interact with or to get connected with these many number of professionals globally. I should say 3 lakh plus professionals globally every year we have in IEEE. All right, and you will get an opportunity to get connected to 160 plus countries, and we have right now today 334 plus sections. Right, so we in India itself we have 14 sections, and there are 10 geographic locations. Probably these things are known to you, but still, before going to the membership benefits, it's my duty to explain what IEEE is. Why? Because we may have some non-IEEE members who have joined here. So we have people from private sector, we have people from academia, we have people from government organizations, we have people from I should say startups or industries, or big industries, right from startups to big industries, or probably from public sector units to fully government organizations, and everywhere you can see IEEE members. Right, and IEEE has the world's largest digital library, or I should say the technical, the library of, the digital library of technical documents. So it has the world's largest library of digital library of technical documents in the field of mainly electrical or its related fields, computer science and related fields, so on and so forth. Right. So this is one thing where a student member can explore a lot if you are more interested towards research or related activities. All right. So in short, IEEE has 4 lakh plus members, and there are something called technical societies where the student members has to really spend time explore the opportunities available with the technical societies. You will get the full benefits of IEEE only if you are part of these technical societies. You might be knowing the members here, maybe maybe society members we have more in this meeting, but for those who are not IEEE members here, technical society is just like a department in the college. For those, this is for the information of non-IEEE members here. Technical society is just like, no, this is something like a department in a college. So what happens if you go to a department? If you go to a department, you will get an opportunity to interact with or to talk with or to, I should say, to discuss with people in one particular domain. For example, if you are more interested towards computer science, then you may probably go to the computer science department. You will get an opportunity to interact with or discuss with or meet people who are doing projects or people who are doing research in the computer science related fields. Similarly, all other related fields of engineering. So just like that, in IEEE, technical societies are those, I should say, sub-memberships where you can be part of depending upon your area of interest. Technical societies actually provides lot of benefits or lot of opportunities to its members. Technical societies are purely meant for technical activities in one particular. For example, we have power energy society or power electronic society or computer society or robotics and automation society. So these are all societies which are focused towards some particular domain, right? So if you are part of this society, probably you will get a chance to attend some of the flagship conferences of these societies. Some of the societies provide scholarships for its members, exclusively for its members, right? So you can make use of that. For that, especially for availing scholarships and all, some sort of scholarships and all, you have to be a society member. Scholarships will vary depending upon the societies. All right, so some of the societies will give some sort of project funding for its members if you have a good project idea in your mind. So it's always good to take or to be part of technical societies to entire, or I should say the full you.
Hello, sir.
All right, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm sorry, some network glitches in between. All right, so all right. So that's all about technical societies, and moving on, I will give you some glimpses of whatever we get from these technical societies as well. Okay, and IEEE gives you an opportunity to interact with people from 160 plus countries. I'm not sure how many student members are utilizing this, but still we have many student members, a bunch of student members who really utilizes this opportunity. And being the student activities here for the past 2 years, I personally dealt with a lot of cases where our student members interacted with professionals from other sections, probably from other regions as well. We try to connect with them for doing some projects or for their probably their higher studies or something like that. So we helped our level best to to get connected with people from other sections or other regions as well. So please make use of this networking opportunity of IEEE. Get connected with people. Make use of these networks in the best way possible. To interact with professionals globally. All right, and IEEE used to conduct a lot of annual, conferences annually. There are close to 2,000 conferences that's happening. I'm not sure how many of our student members are, really involved or engaged in or attending these kind of conferences. Very less in number. So I request everybody here, the student members here, at least in your UG course, try to attend minimum 1 or 2 conferences. I will tell you what a conference, really a conference is. For example, if you are doing a project, you may be having some project idea in your mind. You may or may not have. Probably some of the students will be doing projects in their final semester. All right. So if you are having a project or if you are doing a project, then you can make a wonderful write-up of or a technical document of this project. You can submit to some flagship conferences of IEEE. IEEE used to conduct a lot of conferences. So you have to do a small task. It's a bit difficult task to explore what are the conferences. All the societies have some flagship conferences. All the societies used to conduct some flagship conferences. So whatever is your area of your project, you can write it as a technical document in IEEE format, then submit to IEEE conference after some 2-3 reviews and all. If your project or if your paper is good enough, they will accept that. They will accept your project and you will get a chance to go and present your project in that conference. If you present your paper in that conference, then your paper will be there, or your technical document will be there in IEEE Explore Lifelong. So, moving on, if you go to an industry organization, if you are going to academia or any organization, wherever you go in your career, having these kind of research papers with you is always, and these are going to be value-added achievements in your career. So it's not like, we can see very less number of students who are involved in these kind of, paper publications and all. But I request all of you, it takes, anyway you are doing these projects and all, it takes very little time, additional time to prepare some technical documents, submit, identify good conferences, submit paper for that, go and present. There you will get a chance to meet with people, and for IEEE members, these conferences, you can attend all IEEE conferences at a discounted rate. If you are an IEEE member, especially if you are a student member, that amount will be very, 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 very less. If you are a student member, IEEE student member. So whatever project you are doing, try to make it as a good technical document, submit to IEEE. Your paper or your publication will be there in IEEE Explore for probably 100 plus years or lifelong. So those papers will be there in IEEE Explore. Please make it, these kind of things are actually value-added achievements to your career rather than any other things. These kind of things will be always some technical achievements for you. Right now, you as a student member can also will get a chance to access that 40 lakh plus technical documents available in IEEE Explore. But believe me, I'm not telling you that all these documents are free for student members. No, these technical documents are, some of them are free for student members, and all IEEE members can download whatever paper of your interest. If it is not free, if your paper of your interest is not free, you can download at a very reduced rate if you are an IEEE member. Some of the documents are free. Some of these publications or some of these things are free, but not all. So you can refer this IEEE explore, these technical documents while doing projects. If you're doing a project, you can see what are the recent advancements in that project. Whatever things have already people done in that project so far, you can find papers related to your project work. You can just search in IEEE Explore, you will come to know. All right, so please make use of this thing, but please again let me tell you, this is not absolutely free. If you need to download all papers, then probably you may need institution membership, individual membership. For individual student members, some of these technical documents are free, and all papers you will get at a reduced rate. All right, and there are a lot of top cited periodicals available in IEEE. Please go and read all these technical documents. I'm 100% sure that it is not possible for a person to read all these things, but at least some of them. Try to read some of them. For example, Spectrum magazines and all. Try to read some of them. That will make you, what I should say, technically current. Why? Because tomorrow, if you are going to attend any job interview, these sort of, these sort of, yeah. So these sort of, technology, advancements and all, or the knowledge in the recent technology related fields will probably, I should say, help you a lot. All right, so this is one thing that you can make use of. And for your information, for people who are not part of IEEE, we have 10 regions, and we basically come under region 10. We, India, Bangladesh, Australia, Korea, Japan, then Taiwan, Malaysia, Singapore. We all are coming under region 10. All right, so I will skip the history of IEEE, probably history and all you will be knowing. I will skip that. These are all the legends who initially started this organization in the name American Institute of Electrical Engineers. So be very proud. You can find the old legends of this organization in the Nobel Prize winners list. Definitely you can find. So Alexander Graham Bell or Marconi, who invented radio. These all are the legends who started the organization AIEE, American Institute of Electrical Engineers, later merged with the IRE, Institute of Radio Engineers, to form this organization IEEE. Just for your information. Why? Because being a student member, you should know from where this organization started. Right. So in 1963, these two organizations merged and formed this world's largest organization. Right. Now also we have the same motto. Right. So probably almost 130 years back, these legends started this organization for their technology advancement, or for what I should say, for transferring their knowledge, for sharing their knowledge, thereby learn, right? So interact with other professionals, probably other people in your area of interest, thereby learn, thereby grow yourself. So this was the main agenda where this organization was created. Right now also we are doing the same. Why I am here as part of IEEE? Why? Because we love to volunteer. We love to spend our technical knowledge. We love to give or share our technical knowledge or whatever expertise. It may not be technical, but mainly technical, but plus whatever expertise we have, we would like to share with others. We would like to learn from others, thereby grow ourselves. This should be the main motto of student, or this should be the main, interest of the student members as well. This should be. Right. So this is a technical organization, and this is not for anything else. This is purely a technical organization where you can get involved in technical activities. You can get involved in technical activities. Right. I know very well, being part of APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University, I know very well what you will learn from the normal academic curriculum. you also know very well, or even better than me, what you will learn from the normal curriculum, right? So a student member, just with a GPA or just by learning the subjects that is mentioned in the academic curriculum, will never be fit for a job or a career, right? That will never make that person employable, right? So classroom learning will never make one person employable. That will never make one person fit for an organization in the sense whether it is big industry or a startup or probably research work, whatever. Classroom learning alone will never make you employable. So what you have to do, you have to, as a student member, you have to learn things outside your classroom, or you have to build some critical skills outside your classroom. That is very, very critical. If you are able to build your critical skills outside your classroom, then you will be fit for industry, or you will be fit for any organization. In IEEE, we are providing, or basically IEEE is providing opportunity, or lot of opportunities for its student members to build those critical skills. Critical skills means your area of interest outside your classroom, right? IEEE basically provides a platform to learn something of your interest outside your classroom to become employable. So that is one main thing that a student member has to always think of. I have to learn, I have to build my career. For that, how well I can use this platform. This should be the way IEEE student members have to think, right? And at the same time, whatever you learn, you may learn maybe a small thing. For example, you may be expert in, or you might have learned, say, solar PV systems, installation of solar PV systems, right? With that knowledge, with that small, expertise that you have, being a student member, use that for the betterment of society as well. You can share that knowledge for the betterment of society as well. You can do some projects for society as well. IEEE gives lot of such funding to projects basically, and you can apply for that projects in your area of expertise, then get it approved, do that. This is one thing where I request all our student members should do. All our student members should do or get involved in funded projects. Get involved in funded projects. Lot of funding opportunity. I will share some of them later on, and I request everybody here to get involved in. We can see that trend. You observe the case of Kerala section a couple of years back, the number of funded projects was quite less, and now students are really exploring those opportunities. They are applying for these funded projects, and as a result of that, we came to know that last week we had our annual Jal Modi meeting where listen the presentation from section secretary that we have 12 plus funded projects from various student branches. Obviously, you can always increase that number in the forthcoming years as well. If you have good projects, there are some deadlines, apply for that, then probably you can also see doing one such funded project is more than enough for a student member. That will be more than enough. Not just 3-4 projects, just one project. If you are able to do, that will be more than enough. I will tell you what are the opportunities that funding opportunities that we have. So in Kerala section, we have close to 8,500 plus members out of 7,200 are student members. Now, we have a very vibrant student activities committee where we have three, hubs, Malabar, Kochi, and Travancore. Malabar Hub is actually under Malabar Subsection. Probably this should be the route where you have to approach if you need any support. You can contact anyone from Student Activities Committee or IEEE link, or you probably Malabar Subsection for any sort of help that is required from you. So just for understanding, I have mentioned this. Why? Because, ask them, ask professionals about help, ask them, I need this particular help. Definitely, they will help you. All right, so please keep it in mind. The main motto is advancing technology for humanity. So whatever you learn, use this for the betterment of humanity. So this is one example that we did. This is one such example. So we have done a couple of other, a lot more, but this is one thing that we did. Probably this will be known to almost all of you. But for your understanding, we IEEE Kerala student members initiated this keralarescue.in web portal that was used by Government of Kerala later in 2018. So this is just for the information of people who are new to IEEE. Please understand this official portal of Government of Kerala was initiated by or managed by IEEE Kerala section student members. So this is one very example where, how IEEE student members can make use of their expertise to for the betterment of the society, or probably in these kind of times or difficult times, you can use your expertise for your betterment of society, basically, right? So these all are the technical societies we have in Kerala section. 12 technical societies. These are some of them. We have a lot more. So whatever is your area of interest, you can be part of this technical society. I told you already, some of the society memberships are absolutely free for members, and some are paid with probably say $2, $7, $17, something like that. Some of them are paid, but some are absolutely free. Whatever is your area of interest, just be part of this technical society. And societies really gives more sort of scholarships or funded projects, basically, for its members. Okay. Industry Application Society is very vibrant in Kerala section. Computer Society is also very vibrant in Kerala section, COMSOC. Then Power Energy Society with most number of student members. If you are very much interested in robotics or its related fields, yes, Robotics and Automation Society is is very active in Kerala section. And PELS, Power Electronics Society, is also very active. Lot more other. We have EMBS, Engineering in Medicine and Biology Society, where if you are more interested towards biomedical or its related things, then you can be part of EMBS. These are some of them. I couldn't mention all, but these are some of them. Okay. So what as a student member we are trying to do through this IEEE platform? We are trying for professional development through technical activities. This is a technical organization, right? So this is actually an organization where we are involved in technical activities alone, and we involve in these technical activities for our professional development. This should be the way IEEE student members should make use of their membership for your professional development, basically. Right? So get involved in technical activities and be part of, thereby learn and grow. And before going to the benefits one by one, let me tell you, we are focusing more on career, or we request our student members to focus on career rather than a single job. There is a difference between job and career, right? So career involves multiple jobs. A career involves a lot of professional development trainings, right? So IEEE actually gives platforms for all these, for professional development, for a lot of e-learning and modules, and those things are all, a lot of training programs are there, right, where you can get involved. So basically, or I should say, IEEE helps its student members to build such a career rather than just a job. A job means you do something, you are getting, you are paid for that. Right, nothing more, nothing less. You are doing something, you are getting paid for that. But career is something different. You have to always advance in your area of interest. You can get involved in a lot of professional activities, so thereby build your career. So our focus is, so my humble request is, for all student members here, use this platform for building a wonderful, or to find a suitable career of your interest. So that real difference of how to find your career or just a job is actually your attitude. Right. So if you are in the right track, then probably you can identify the right career, right, as a student member. This is one small thing, but many of our student members are right now facing, it very difficult to identify his or her right career, where he or she should be probably after 5 years from now. I am not sure how many of you are, very much well oriented about this, or are you focused about this. Most of our student members lack here. So we are just looking for our first job. No, it's not about our first job. We are looking for a wonderful career. All right. So I will skip this, how to choose your career and all. I will skip this. Anyway, I told you how to achieve this, how to reach that point, how to select your suitable career, and how to reach that level. All you need is skills. All you need is skills. No other answers. Skills. Right. You might be knowing, but think of it seriously. What are the skills that is required? What are the skills? Two types of skills, basically: technical skills, soft skills. So these two are equally important, and IEEE is a platform or such an organization where a person can build his technical skills as well as his soft skills. These two are equally important for a job, or if tomorrow if you go and join any organization, these two are equally important. It's not just technical skills alone, it's not just soft skills alone. It should be 50-50 or equal weightage of these two. So I should say we have lot of organizations with units in our colleges, but IEEE student branch is the one where you have that sort of I should say reach, or if you go and explore the global reach it has, or probably the funding options it has, or probably the opportunity for doing projects or research related fields, travel grants and all, you cannot find another organization that provides all these. You cannot find another organization to that provides travel grants, that provides funding opportunities, that provides scholarships, that provides e-learning modules, you cannot find another organization other than IEEE. So that is a reason you people are, I understand most of us here are IEEE members. You are here, and we professional members are also in this part of this organization. Okay, so try to learn these two. So whatever activities you are getting involved, just think whether you are getting some technical benefits out of this, whether you are getting some sort of interpersonal skills or soft skills out of this. And if you are getting these two equally, well and good, proceed. Right? So ultimately, we are looking for a professional development. right? So I would love to call it as a personal learning rather than a professional development. It is something like a personal learning, right? Before going to IEEE, how IEEE can help in professional development, see, these are the activities where a student member can involve for his professional growth. First one, continuing education, enrollment in certifications and accreditations through, a lot of educational platforms and all there. So enrolling certifications, almost 1 month back, being part of the training and placement department of my institute, I just went through the resumes of more than 200 plus students and found that most of our students have done lot of certification programs in this pandemic or lockdown period. I'm not sure how many of you have done that. If you haven't done it, yes, I request, this is the right time. And now, the education sector itself is changing. Most of our students are involved in this certification programs or kind of training programs and all. Enroll in kind of certification programs. Lot of such things are available in IEEE too. Some of them are paid, some are free. So just enroll to the available certification programs of your interest, right? Of your interest. Now, participate. You attend local or regional or national or international level meetings, conferences. I told you, right? Conferences. You should attend conferences. Why? Because if you go and attend a conference, the kind of professional reach that you get from that is something beyond words. Attend workshops of professional organizations like IEEE used to conduct. Not just IEEE, a lot of professional organizations are conducting a lot of workshops or technical kind of things. Attend those. Expand your network through that. Try to present papers at conferences and workshops. I told you, I'm not sure. I'm sure that more than 90% of the student members here will not be doing this. But do this, at least once in your 4 years of your studies. You write your project as a paper. Please go and present in some conferences and workshops. There are a lot of wonderful conferences, very, very prestigious conferences of IEEE. All societies have their prestigious conferences. Apply for that. And some of the conferences will give travel grants as well. Last year, we conducted IEEE 10 Con, which was a conference of Region 10. Every year, IEEE used to conduct this 10 Con. Last year, it was there in Kerala. In 2019, it was there in Kerala section. Right? These kind of conferences give travel grants to the members for attending those conferences. Right? So I still remember every year I used to give some 4, 5 or around 5 number of recommendations from IEEE Kerala sections for getting these kind of travel grants. Yes, we do provide. Some of our student members are doing that. So I request you to not just to make that numbers 5. I want that numbers as 500 or even more. You explore whether the conference you are attending have any travel grants and all. If it is, you ask the organizers. If there is, apply for that. Right. So please go and present in these conferences, and good conferences have travel grants as well. Apply for that. Right. And you serve as the office, the office bearer or committee member of these of organizations like IEEE, kind of coordinate events. These are all the technical activities that helps for professional growth. Enroll in short-term training programs. Lot of short-term training programs are there as part of IEEE. In Kerala section alone, we conducted 2,500 plus events in Kerala section alone, last in 2020. So this is the number of the reach where a student member gets. You are getting exposed to 2,500 plus events in Kerala section alone. You can choose that event of your interest, attend that, learn from that. Also try to coordinate these kind of activities so that that will definitely help you a lot. Right. So, these are all the professional activities that you have to involve. So, how you will get that? My answer is this is the one and only organization with such a global reach. There are not many other organizations where even I am also a part of, but this is one organization, or IEEE is one organization, or the only one organization with that much of global reach where a student member can get or make use of. Right. So now I will tell you how being an IEEE volunteer will help an engineering student. Right. So these are already mentioned by already I have mentioned. IEEE actually helps you to build your critical skills outside your classroom. Right. That makes you, I told you, that makes you employable. Right. So build, learn, and at the same time, professional networking is very, very, very important. Professional networking is extremely important. Probably you will realize the importance of professional networking after say 2-3 years, or probably once after joining an organization and in an industry. When you start working somewhere, then you will really understand what actually is the benefit you get from professional networking. Professional networking is very, very, very important if you are doing a project, or if you want to do higher studies. You may require help from lot many other people. It is not possible for a single person to learn all these things by himself or herself. So you may require help from others. So a platform like IEEE will help you. There are a lot of experts in Kerala section alone. Just write a mail or just give a call. This is a volunteer driven organization. They will be more than happy to help you. So you can build your professional network. This is one very, very important thing. I personally enjoy the benefits of this professional networking. Right. So make use of this, learn and explore a lot. The second thing is technical skills. Right. How engage, get engaged in technologies of your interest through attending or publishing in conferences. And there are something called technical standards. I hope standards are known to all of you. Right. Technical standards. There are something called standards association. You can also be part of this standard developments and all through a platform called Collaboratech. There is something called Collaboratech. I hope you know. It's something like you might be knowing. A Collaboratech application is, mobile application is also there. Please enroll or please join this, sign up on this Collaboratech. This is only for IEEE members. Lot of mentorship programs are available in Collaboratech. You can meet people globally. You can meet experts from good organizations abroad. You can meet people from good universities abroad. Just 1 month back, I have seen a couple of one batch from one of our vibrant student branches. Through this platform, they share, they were looking for some support for their project, and they interacted with a faculty from one of the top universities from US, and they have submitted for some funding, and they got that funding as well. So please make use of that to get involved in these kind of things. Now, IEEE gives opportunity to a lot of funded projects. I told you. There is something called Humanitarian Activities Committee globally in IEEE, and Humanitarian Activities Committee will call for project proposals twice in a year. And this time there was a special call because of COVID. IEEE Region 10 itself will also, last year Region 10 also called for some project proposals, and some of our student members submitted projects for that. So I request every student member, please have some project idea in your mind that benefits the society. Now, you prepare a well-written document. You can make it, you can ask the help from Kerala section leaders. They will help you to make it a beautiful one. You have to prepare a budget and etc. etc. Right? Wordings, budget, etc. The outcome, etc. has to be very good. So you can always seek support from, you can always contact me, me or probably people from Kerala section, anyone you can contact. They will mentor you to prepare a wonderful project proposal. We have done that and we used to do that every year. Now, Region 10, or I should say Humanitarian Activities Committee and all, they used to call for this proposal. And the kind of funding that you get for one project is of the order of say $2,000, $2,500. And last year we got some projects, of say $5,000, $6,000 in that range also. No, we had actually 3 projects from Model Engineering College, then 1 project from which was, altogether 12 plus projects we had last year in 2020 from Kerala section. And I request you just submit, then you will come to know what are the positives and negatives of your ideas about a project and all. So IEEE actually opens it actually opens a door of say such kind of n number of opportunities. There is something called Richard E. Mervyn Scholarship, which is available or open to computer society members. So you have to submit for that. They will call twice in a year. You can apply for, I think, up to $1,000 in effect you will get. So you can submit for this Richard E. Mervyn Scholarship as well, right? Or if you have interest in some area, for example, robotics. You can, if your student branch doesn't have the society chapter of Robotics and Automation Society, then you can have with 6 members, minimum 6 members, you can form that. If you form the society, then probably they will give some support fund, right? They will give some support fund and all right. So by making use of the societies, you will be able to get a little bit more funding and all from IEEE. All right. Okay, these are some of the contests that I request all student members to to be part of. There is something called student branch website. One second. Right, so there is something called a student branch website contest. So those who are interested towards that may please get involved. What I told, Richard E. Mervyn Scholarship up to 1,000 USD and all. Then there is something, membership discount from where a student branch can apply for that. Computer Society, Land Stafford and Student Award, student best paper. There are, Region 10 also has some student paper awards. Then Computer Society, Epsilon Pi Epsilon Honor Society awards. Probably I can share you the list of awards or the list of fundings as a single document. That will help you a lot. The deadline here mentioned is 2019, but in 20 or 21, it's the same deadline. Like 15th March means 15 March every year. If you are a PES member, you can apply for PES member-driven initiatives. Then IEEE Foundation also gives a lot of funding to the student members as well. You can apply for that. There is something called PS Scholarship Plus Initiative, where you can apply for that membership, that scholarship as well. Then societies will give a lot of startup funds. So amount depends upon the society, whether it is robotics and automation society. Last year gave $2,000 to the student members, who started with good set of activities and all. Then CMD chapter web contest. So if you are good at web designing and all, probably you can go for that. If you are a microwave theory and technique society member, then there are some graduate fellowships. If you are nuclear and plasma society member, then you can apply for its graduate scholarship award, right? So these all are available. Then you can apply for some awards as well as part of IEEE, right? So Region 10 has a lot of contests, a lot of student paper presentation contests, website contests. These all are happening every year, right? Every year these kind of contests are there. Probably you can be a part of all these. You can apply for that. Then, right, Then this is what I told. Humanitarian Activities Committee will used to call good projects twice in a year. There is something called IEEE Seed Grant Process, which is a new initiatives committee where you can submit proposals if you have good initiatives in your mind. So, in addition to all these, what I request is to improve your soft skills as well. All right. So you can build your leadership skills, you can build your communication skills, your interpersonal skills. All these skills you can improve being part of this organization. So, in short, rather than I should say a student member telling that I have received the first prize, I was awarded Kalatilagam during my school studies. Apart from all these, what actually counts during your personal interview if you go for a job, these IEEE achievements or experiences only will be value-added achievements to your professional portfolio or resume. Right. So I request, if you are very much interested towards entrepreneurship or it's related, if you want to build a startup and all, probably IEEE has something called PI, Promotion in Innovation and Entrepreneurship. So PI is we have Kerala. PI is very, very active. So you will get mentorship, you will get support for validation, technical support, everything you will get from its members. Right. In addition to this, there is something called, there are some IEEE magazines called Potentials or Spectrum. You might be knowing, but believe me, information about, for example, if you read some article in IEEE Spectrum, probably you can see it as a product or a technology 5 years from now. In the market, you can see that idea as a product. So, you will be technically very current. That definitely will help you a lot if you are working in an organization. There is something called IEEE e-learning library. Just enroll. No, these are all self-explanatory. You can just log into IEEE. You can search into IEEE.org website. Go to e-learning library. Not all are free. Some are free. Some are paid. And for IEEE members, you will get some discounts for student members for some of the e-learning courses. Then there is something called IEEE.tv, which is a channel where you can find good videos related to your area of interest. Then IEEE in Kerala section used to conduct job fair every year. So if you are not getting placed in your normal during your academic 4 years of your graduation, probably IEEE Kerala section will help you through the job fair to find your career. Then there is something called Resume Lab. Mentoring programs are also there in IEEE. Just log into Collaboratech, then you can access those mentoring programs and all. Right. And in addition to this, you will get, so we are running short of time, so let me quickly wind up. You will get something called IEEE Google Apps at IEEE.org email ID with 30 GB space, storage space as well, which seems professional. If you send a mail from IEEE rather than just a Gmail, that seems professional. That shows you are part of of a technical organization. So in short, I can categorize into I should say two. One is a technical advancement, that is the most important thing, and the second is soft skills. That's what I told, interpersonal skills or any other. If you are a good content writer, then probably you have space in IEEE. If you are good at public speaking, you have space in IEEE. So whatever be your skill, yes, we have space in IEEE for that. Right? So after your graduation, you can be part of IEEE young professionals, where you can be part of young professionals group. You can learn a lot to build your career. There is something called a Standards Association. That's what I told previously. You can be part of this. So quickly going through the possible activities that you can get involved. A lot of expert talks happening, workshops by industry experts. Get involved in that. Lot of hackathons and all are happening. IEEE through IEEE link and all, you will come to know about the information from all these. So a lot of hackathons and all are happening. Then if you are good at web designing and all, you can properly maintain an SB website and all, where that gives more exposure to that sort of activities. Then you can organize industry visits. You can you can be part of some projects. You can participate in conferences. You can publish your activities in newsletter, which will make you a wonderful content writer. There are a lot of science and technology awareness programs that you can be part of. A lot of personality development programs are also there that you can be part of. So these are all set of activities happening in IEEE Kerala section as well as our neighboring sections. Yes, IEEE opens door to get involved in this. There is something called a site where humanitarian projects can be done. We have done a lot of humanitarian projects as part of site. So because of short time, I cannot give more about this site and all. So just Google or just type in IEEE website, search in IEEE website, you will come to know about it. Is a special interest group on humanitarian technology. A lot of funding options are there. You can do a project for the society. Then if you are good at programming, IEEE every year conducts IEEE extreme programming competition. Please enroll for that. If you are really looking for campus placements and all, you will learn a lot from this. Then there is another mobile application development contest called IEEE MATC. If you are good at mobile application development, this is global. These are all global contests. Be part of that. A lot of students are actually getting part of this. So be part of that. And in short, this is a volunteer-driven organization. So let me conclude. This is a volunteer-driven organization, and this is something like in all my sessions, I used to tell the student members that this is something like I used to tell the story of an egg where all the initiatives, opportunities are all there, but that initiative should come from you. It is something like the example of an egg. Like if it is opened from outside, then that life is lost. And if I break from outside, life gone. So if it is coming from inside, that is a new life, right? So something like that. Just in IEEE, you have that initiative should come from you. Search in IEEE.org or get connected with we professionals or we IEEE members in the section. We will be able to help you a lot to explore or to find the right thing that you need. And one thing is very, very important, IEEE, there is no right way to do a wrong thing. Ethics is very, very important. Whatever activities you are getting involved in, please read IEEE Code of Ethics as well. Okay, so in short, make use of the opportunities available for your professional development, and that ultimately converges to your personal development. You will be happy, you will be satisfied if you are professionally good. Right? If you have developed, if you have professionally developed, that will personally help you a lot. Without any frustrations, without without facing any challenges, your life will be very calm, very smooth, very happy. So please do renew your membership if you have not, if you have not done it yet, and encourage other members as well to join IEEE to explore its opportunities. And that's all from my side. And probably it requires more time, right? So this is within 1 hour of time, it's very, very difficult, but still I hope I have conveyed almost all. And remaining, you can search and find out. So it's something like the one I told you, initiative should come from inside. So you have to decide whether the door is halfway opened or it is halfway closed. If it seems like halfway opened, you are in, or if it seems like halfway closed, you are out. So it's upon to you. That initiative should come from inside, right? All the very best. And you can reach out to me. You can send a mail to this if you need any support or any help from IEEE Kerala section related to projects or funding or anything, any doubts, please do reach out to me. I will be more than happy to help you. Okay, that's all from my side. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving us powerful insights to the world of IEEE. It has been an extremely edifying and inspiring session and makes us proud of being IEEE volunteers. On behalf of IEEE Malabar Subsection and IEEE Malabar Hub, I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to you for joining us amidst your very busy schedule. It has been an absolute honor and privilege having you here with us, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Even though it's a very short duration of time to explain all the opportunities, but I hope I have done my level best to convey those things. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much, Malabar Subsection office bearers, for giving me this opportunity to interact with our student volunteers. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, Nandan.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
When you join IEEE, you join a community of over 420,000 technology and engineering professionals united by a common desire to continuously learn, interact, collaborate, and innovate. And I hope today's session marks the ignition of many passionate volunteers. With this, we have come to an end of our webinar. Thank you once again to all of you for being a part of our journey. Thank you, and you may leave the meeting room.
Thank you, Dina.